Hey, this is Blake from Exceptionless, and I wanted to give a weekly progress report for March 13th, 2017. So there's a few things that we did this week. One of the biggest things is we attended Elasticon out in San Francisco. I finished up my month-long trip and made it to San Francisco. It was pretty awesome. We learned about the future of Elasticsearch, and we also went into some deep dives on things like consistency. And we spent a lot of time talking to the product teams on issues that we've been running into, and they're going to be doing some investigation and potentially work there. So it was really good to put the faces to the name, and likewise, it was kind of funny. When I walked up to the AMA bar, they're like, "Oh, that's that guy," because I've logged so many issues. So it was pretty fun. We got front row and center at the keynote, and it was pretty impressive. Um, Overall, I had a good time. Um, so on to Foundatio, we had a pretty big week here. One of the biggest things that we did is, I don't know if you noticed this, but we released 5.0. So we finalized .NET Core support and made a ton of performance improvements. It's been a while since we made a release, and this was a pretty big one. So check it out. So some of the key takeaways is, we added .NET Core support. Um, and that's production ready. We added support for modifying sets, like a collections via the cache client, and that was a pull request. So, thank you very much. And we also added support for RabbitMQ. So I'll kind of talk about that, and so you should definitely upgrade. There was a lot of performance improvements and bug fixes. There was some breaking changes, which I'll cover on real shortly. Um, One of the things that we noticed that made the migration a little bit easier, because we upgraded to the latest .NET Core and we needed to be on the new project format, so VS 2017. Eric found a script to migrate the projects from the old format to the new. And he made some tweaks here to make this work better. I'll include the link in the comment. I'll also try to find the source of the original script. Don't really remember where we found it, but it was on the gist. So we upgraded to the latest project format. You can take a look at these commits and see all that had to be done. It was quite a bit of work, but it's really nice to be on it. It's pretty clean. I like it. We also had some contributions this week to the documentation, so that's very appreciated, and we greatly appreciate any and all contributions. It really helps. Um, so, and we had like a nightly build of the RabbitMQ implementation, but we merged in a pull request to change the RabbitMQ implementation to use the delayed message exchange, and we'll fall back if that plugin's not available. So definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. Would love your feedback on this. One of the big breaking changes was we renamed the signature of iMessageBus.subscribe to subscribe async, because more than not, you have async operations you need to do to subscribe to a message bus, like connect to, a server, or do various operations. So this is now async, and so this is one of the reasons why we bumped it to 5.0. So check that out. So and we also made some good changes to Foundatio Repositories. So one of the things that we found out was that when you're doing patch operations, that just passing an object to the method isn't very intuitive, and it's not very discoverable about what you can all do. So one of the things we did is we added a marker interface called iPatchOperation, and that, here, let me see if I can find it by scrolling down. That allows you to know exactly what's available. So we have a partial patch, which is basically just an object patch. And then we have a JSON patch, which you can do like a patch document. So, very fine replacements. Or you can do script that you want to execute, like a groovy script. So you just pass it your inline script, and that would execute, as a bulk operation. So or a single operation. So it's much more, in your face about what you're going to do, and you get really good IntelliSense for that. So those were the changes for this week. Please let us know if you have any questions.